Thanks once again for joining me. I'm your host, Derek Lane. Another edition of the Fast Lane Podcast for Success. Let's jump into something a little different this week. Transformation. What is it? Why should I care? What does it do? Transformation is, let me back up a little bit. Let's look at it as personal transformation. That's when you have evoked change in your life. Now, sometimes this is gradual. Sometimes it's on purpose. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's immediate. But it is change. And it's typically permanent change. Although it can be altered because we grow as human beings. But I want you to think about the person you were, 5 years ago, 1 year ago, and how you're different. Some of you may have gained weight. Those have lost weight. That's a personal transformation. Your insights, your thought pattern, the way that you process is probably different. Usually transformation comes in a positive manner because as human beings we want to grow. We want to be a better person. I don't think anybody ever went to a psychologist and said, I want to learn how to be a bad person. I want to learn how to be a lot worse than I am. That doesn't happen. When you talk to the people that you trust for advice, it's always, I want to learn to become a better person. Help me become a better person. And that's what transformation does. And we do it through a myriad of ways. Sometimes it's friends. Sometimes it is specialists that we go see, doctors, caregivers, whatever. Sometimes we do self-study. We read. I advocate a lot of reading to help you understand the facets of your life. And when you gravitate towards something that's meaningful, that's typically an area that you're interested in developing as far as change. So it's okay to look at change in a positive manner. And there's been people who say, well, I don't need to change. I may not like what I change into. No, that's not the idea. The idea is to have an idea of who you want to become and then slowly or immediately change into it. But typically it's going to be a slower, gradual change because it takes time for your belief system to adhere to new ideas, to new thought patterns. You may think, I'm going to do that, and you go do it, and then you go back to, revert back to the way you did things. Slow, gradual change says, I'm going to give it a try, then I'll try it again, then I'll try it again. And now it's become who you are. So change, for the most part, is going to be more of a gradual affair. So if you've ever looked back again at your life 2 or 3 years ago, 10 years ago, and you typically will take the good, the scenarios that you felt were positive. Nobody ever looks back and evaluates the negative unless you're purposefully going back to correct some things. I know that there's programs out there that ask you to do that, especially people that deal with substance abuse. And that's fine because it works to realize that wasn't a good place in your life. So that's where we're all going. We're all going to a good place in our life, and transformation is how we do that. It's when you realize you weren't the same person that you once were. You've transformed. And the trick is to continue to transform, to continue to grow. When you look at your life's journey and your life's path, and maybe you're trying to reach some form of enlightenment, some deeper understanding. Maybe that deeper understanding is with your higher power to which you give yourself to. Maybe that understanding, that deeper understanding is within you. And yes, it could be the same. But it's the understanding that you're on a path deeper than where you are. And the understanding, the spiritual growth, maybe it's physical growth, growth as well. But it is growth. Okay? So continue that. And as I've said, the more that you read books, the more that you listen to audios, and there's a ton of good stuff out there on YouTube. If you want to look to a certain area and say, how do I grow a certain area? Heck, YouTube it. Be careful. Not everything on YouTube is above board, let's say. There's people out there that are just, they found a niche, getting people to buy into whatever they're selling. Some of it may be good, but, buyer beware. Okay? Listen to what matters in your heart. Listen to what matters in your head. Understand that you embody positive change if that's what you're looking for. Understand you embody a path of success if that's what you're looking for. It is a wondrous journey, and transformation is a part of that journey. And I always advocate a pencil and paper, writing it down. So if you want to track your transformation and your personal growth, go back and take a look at your goals from 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 1 year ago, whatever it is. What? You don't have those goals? Important to keep those goals, even though they may not be the same goals now. But it's important to see how you've transformed as a person. The things that you find important to you on your path, the things that you want to achieve on your journey, may have changed, probably has changed. So you get an opportunity to understand what is your direction, what is the modus operandi for your personal growth. So keeping track of it, and I've always advocated the journal, the goal sets, the writing the stream of consciousness, just writing it out so it helps you understand. There's not a single tool that helps you on your journey more than a pen and paper. I don't care what kind of gadget is on your phone, what kind of gadget is for sale. A pen and paper is the utmost in the way of assisting you on your personal journey. So with that in mind, again, personal transformation, be cognizant of it, think about where you want to be and the person you want to be and what it takes to get there. Writing it down, review. It's all a part of becoming a better person. So having said that, I will wrap this up and say thank you for joining me on this week's podcast. Thank you for listening. If you find someone that wants to be a better person and you think this podcast can help them, share it. Leave positive comments. I can be found on all of the major podcast outlets. Like and share, obviously. Like and share. I know that's an overused term, but it really does matter. We want to help as many people as we can get the message. I'm your host, Derek Lane, and you can reach me at Derek@FastlanePodcast.com, Derek@FastlanePodcast.com, and email me any question that you like. With that, let's wrap up, shall we? Again, thank you guys so much.